Hi, I'm Kelsey White.
My name is Taylor Netta.
And I'm Kaylee Baker.
Today, companies are recognizing the growing importance of understanding organizational culture.
To understand the organizational culture of Hannaford, we developed a survey and combined research on which we conducted an analysis in the Hofstede Global Culture Survey.
Then we use this data to measure and map where Hannaford's culture fits compared to the United States and where we fit compared to both.
Hofstede's Global Culture Model measures 5 dimensions. They are Power Distance Index, or PDI,
Individualism and Collectivism Index, or ICI,
Masculinity and Femininity Index, or MFI.
Uncertainty Avoidance Index, or UAI,
and Long-Term Orientation Index, or LTI.
Each of these dimensions helps to gauge where a country's culture is mapped in comparison to another, or in this case, where an organization is mapped.
In the following presentation, you will see a summary of our survey results, coupled with interview clips and observations, leading to an in-depth analysis of Hannaford's organizational culture.
Ultimately, Hannaford's culture doesn't mimic the United States exactly, but we did find it mimicked our own personal culture as a group quite closely. It is important for companies to understand this impact and fit of organizational culture to reduce employee turnover by starting with the right employees early in the recruitment process.
These 5 scales represent Hofstede's 5 cultural dimensions. The yellow dots represent the United States on those scales. The United States has the highest ICI of any country.
Brown dots represent Hannaford, and as you can see, Hannaford and the United States are closely related on the MFI scale. On the ICI scale, Hannaford is significantly more collective than the United States.
The pink dot represents the 3 of us. We were different on MFI and LTI, which can be explained because as college students we're more focused on the future and our group only consists of women.
We scored Hannaford's PDI at 53.8. This means Hannaford is more likely to accept inequality between races.
Comfortable, pretty much. If it comes from corporate, we really don't have much pushback. We have to kind of do what we're told.
Right, follow the program.
They don't really ask us anything
That's
uncomfortable to do,
basically
so.
what we'll hear is follow the programs. You don't necessarily have to like them, but follow the answer also. Pride in myself and what my department looks like. Plus, I know if I'm not doing what I should be doing, the smackdown will come from up above.
Hannaford's ICI at 53.1, which means Hannaford is much more collective than the United States.
We found lots of evidence of social responsibility supporting our results.
We have a great team of associates that pull together and
we just had somebody
or
who,
whatever the issue is.
yeah, we had somebody, their house burnt down. So as Hannaford, the family within the store, we got together, we donated clothes, we got money pulled together as just associates. We did that, not outside.
$1,000 within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Of the house burning down. So.
Yeah.
If I didn't have the relationships that I have with my peeps, then everything wouldn't come together.
Hannaford's MFI at 62.8, which is closely matched to the United States.
And support a balance between employee relationships and store achievements like
I think in the past, it was more of a collaborative company. I think as you move forward in the workforce changes, I think probably it's definitely more task driven. We are a much bigger company now than we were in years past, so it all starts from the corporation and filters down to each individual store through the management process, and definitely most hourly associates are task driven.
If you don't have a relationship with the customers, they're not going to come here. If you don't have a relationship with the associates, they're not going to work hard for you, and you won't get the task done.
And to feed off of that, the tasks typically are helping the customers, and they're also growing our sales as one big unit.
We scored Hannaford's UAI at 55.8, which means they are more risk adverse than the United States.
Evidence showed that Hannaford supports taking risks, but the data showed otherwise, so we may have uncovered some dissonance.
We have a book that's kept, and it tells us how many we should cook at what time. So we try to go by that. Sometimes we go off that, but I like my self-structure so that I can go back and say, well, we were told to do this many, that's why we didn't do any more. Because it's written down. Like, you know, you say, okay, today's nice out, a lot of people should be barbecuing. You take that risk and you fail. You should have said, oh, I should have cooked 10 more chickens. So, yeah, we hold back a lot. You know, we're like, oh, we hem and haw a lot about doing stuff like that.
Scored Hannaford's LTI at 43.3, which means Hannaford is more focused on future goals than the United States.
Start planning on Sunday for what next Sunday is going to be like, and what your schedule's going to look like for that week, and who's on vacation, and who's going to call in on you tomorrow. It's just one big ball of wax.
Oh, I'm here for long term. My goal someday is to run a deli department. I've been here for going on 13 years, so I'm getting there.
The gray and the blue line represents us in Hannaford, which is a close match. Hannaford can use this method to screen potential employees and make sure their culture fits the organization to reduce turnover.